Now this is a beautiful picture of cycon, and if we go with the morphology of this particular animal, so here at the very lower side of this animal we have the base. So this is the base of the animal which is attached to the substratum. Next is what we have is called as the cylinder. So this is the basic body of the cycon. Now here you can see numerous pores in this particular cylinder. So these pores are called as ostia, and a single one is called as ostium. So these are the pores which are present in the body of the cycon. That's why they are called as poriferans, because the basic characteristic of poriferan is the presence of the pores. So here pores are called as ostia and single is called as ostium. Now what is the property of ostium? That the outside water, it will enter into the cylinder through these ostia. So the water is going inside the body of the cycon through these ostia. Now on this particular side you can see the water is going inside the cylinder. So what is present inside the cylinder? There is an empty space which is called as the spongiocele. So this empty space inside the cylinder is called as spongiocele. So the cycon or a sponge is hollow from inside because it has got spongiocele. Now the water, it has reached the spongiocele through ostia. Now the water is in the spongiocele. Now this water will rise upwards and it will go out of the body of the cylinder through this pore which is called as osculum. So the water will leave the body of the cycon through osculum. So the water was entering inside the body through ostia and the water is leaving the body through osculum. On the tip of the cycon around the osculum, here there are present many bristle-like structures. Actually these are the spicules. These spicules are very thin needle-like structures which are protecting the osculum. So the osculum is protected by these thin, long, needle-like spicules. These spicules, they help to protect the cycon. So these spicules, they form a crown-like structure over the cycon. That's why cycon is called as the crown sponge. So this is due to the presence of these spicules around the osculum. Just to recall everything, so we have a base first of all. So base is attached to the substratum. Then we have cylinder. This is the main body of the cycon. Cylinder is hollow from inside and inside is present an empty space which is called as spongiocele. So the cylinder has numerous pores which are called as ostia. Single is called as ostium. Water enters from ostia into the spongiocele, and from spongiocele the water goes out through the osculum, and osculum had many spicules, and these spicules, they were forming the crown. That's why cycon is called as the crown sponge. In this diagram also you can see the oscula. So these are the osculum of the cycon. Now students, this particular diagram, it is the LS of a single cylinder of cycon. So what we know about this cylinder now, just see, at the very base we have the substratum. Now this is the base. Now the cylinder has got numerous spicules which are coming out of the cylinder. So this is these are all for protection. So these are the spicules. At the tip we had long spicules which were forming the crown, but here also in the whole body of the cycon we have numerous spicules, the needle-like structures. Okay, then we have what we know is the spongiocele. This is the central cavity which is the hollow one. Then we know about osculum, and then we know about the oscular fringe which is formed of the long spicules, the crown. Now if we see the body of the cycon, it is having numerous invaginations. Now here you can see the invaginations. So invaginations, they have got alternate evaginations also. The body wall of the cycon is not straight. It is having foldings. So this folding and infolding of the body wall, it forms a system in cycon which is called as the canal system. And this is the most important question in SCIFA. This is a slide of the longitudinal section of the cycon. So here you can well see the presence of spongiocele in the very center. So this is the empty space, and this is the osculum. So what I want to show you in this particular picture is the foldings and infoldings of the body wall. So these are the pores, these are the ostia. So if we go with the diagram of this particular longitudinal section, it will be seen like this. So students, this is the diagrammatic longitudinal section of the cycon. So here you can see the invaginations and the evaginations of the body wall. So this is the ostium from which the water enters into the body. And there is a canal system in which we have radial canals, incurrent canals, Apo Piles and prosopiles. So these are the four main units of canal system. Now this is a part of the body wall which is having an invagination and one evagination. So first of all we should know that this is a part of the body wall. Secondly, I have told you that water comes from outside into the body of the cycon through ostia. So this is the ostium from where the water enters into the body. Now this water which is coming through the ostium, it enters this particular canal which is called as the incurrent canal. Yes, so this is the incurrent canal. Now this canal is blind from this particular side. So where the water goes from this canal? So these are the small channels which are present on both the sides. These are called as prosopiles. So water from incurrent canal goes to prosopiles. So these prosopiles, they open into the adjacent canal which is called as the radial canal. So this is the radial canal, and you can see the radial canal is blind on this side. There is no opening on this side. Now this particular part is called as the Apo Pile. So from Apo Pile, this water enters into the central spongiocele, the central cavity of the body. And here one thing is worth mentioning, that it is the ostium and it is covered with myocytes. It is having myocytes on the entry point. So myocyte is a muscle cell which can relax or contract. So that means the pore inside this particular ostium can be contracted or relaxed. So that means the water coming inside through this ostium can be regulated. So myocytes are the regulatory cells which can increase or decrease the incoming water from this ostium, which is entering into the incurrent canal. These are the spicules which are present outside, and inside the body. This particular diagram shows the water current in the body of the cycle. So the water from the exterior, first of all, it enters into the ostia or the dermal pores. So I have written here ostium. So this is the single pore. Now from the ostium, it enters into the incurrent canal. From incurrent canal, this water enters into the prosopiles. So these were the small channels. So from prosopiles, it goes to radial canal, then it goes to Apo Pile, then the excurrent canal, and then it goes to the spongiocele in the very center. So from the spongiocele, it goes out through the Osculum. So this is the whole water current in the body of the cycle. Now this is another diagram which is showing the TS of cycle. Now here you can well see this is the ostium and this is the incurrent canal. These are the prosopiles, and from prosopiles the water goes to the radial canals. Now from radial canals it goes to apopiles, then to the small excurrent canal, and then it comes to the center. Now this is the spongiocele. From here it goes to the osculum and then it goes to the outside. So that was the water current. So that was all about the structure and morphological and anatomical characteristics of cycle. Thank you.